I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Hey, man. Do you hunt dragons? Be a lot cooler if you did.
All right.
Any McConaughey movie, I'm going to try and make it a joke like that.
Well, you have to, because you can still always hear that come through.
What's the submarine one? Like, hey, man, do you not like Nazis?
Oh.
Yeah. Give me time. I'll work on that one.
We'll get there before we're ready to do that. There you go. Obviously, if you don't know what we're doing Reign of Fire.
Dragons.
Modern dragons.
Yeah, I know. Like, this, usually you would think this would be like medieval times.
Yes.
Right?
That's the most of the time when you think dragons.
Dragonheart.
You think this, even if they find a way to make it modern, they still try to put that twist on it, right?
Right. It's still going to be some guy with a sword fighting.
Well, it's like medieval times. It's like steampunk, but with medieval is what they usually try to do if they make it modern, right? No, this one is just like straight up our society, but dragons
just
take
ruined
over.
by dragons.
Well, like,
so you got like Mad Max with dragons.
It's Fallout meets Elder Scrolls.
That's what I said.
That's what I said, because I was like, it's post-apocalyptic. People are making armor.
Yeah, like stitching tires together to make armor,
and then dragons. So it's literally
they even live in a castle.
Yeah,
in the movie.
Telling you, it worked out perfect. Like, not to mention,
now I want the game. Bethesda needs to get on this game. They need to mix Fallout and Elder Scrolls together.
But especially to me, like, I went in almost like laughingly making that thought in my head, right? But then when you watch the movie and you get to the part where you see like the water armor, like the armor he wears to be like fire protected, that stuff, you're literally like, no, that's Fallout.
Yeah,
that's like some
Fallout.
Raiders are wearing
right,
that
just like
Fallout.
welding some pipes together, just a fucking water truck.
And so I was like, it made my half joke in my head go to like, no, maybe this really is an accurate description for what's going on here.
It's better than mine.
It's funnier than yours.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's not necessarily
yours
more
is something we could actually build off of, though. Like, we need to, like, who do we call it Bethesda to do this?
To get that game made for us? That's a good question. We should definitely look into that.
We just call it something besides Reign of Fire. But we still hire McConaughey to do the voice acting.
And Perlman, since he already does the Fallout, because that's the
go.
voice you want to be in that somewhere, right?
We'll make so much fucking money.
No one
clip
steals
this out. Yeah, I was going to say, clip this out so nobody steals it.
All right, let's get into everything. But before we start with the movie, well, I guess before we go any further with the movie, let's tell them what we're drinking this week, Bo.
We're drinking Toppling Giants Brewing Company's Dragon Fandango.
And it is red.
It looks like juice.
Or the blood of a dragon.
What was the one we did a long time ago where I was disappointed it wasn't pink?
I can't remember.
I can't either, but like, this is what I wanted that one to look like.
Was it one of the Halloweens? Because the can,
yeah,
maybe?
I think so.
Yeah. You wish you wanted it to come out like that.
Yeah, it should have, but fuck, man, this is tart. It's like drinking Smarties.
For the people at home, that sound was totally perfectly timed, but not intentional. It's literally just that bad.
It's just how you have to do it. Small sips.
Ooh. If you like tart stuff, if you like a real sour, this is your sour. Like,
even if you do, there's no chugging this.
No, this is definitely a slow build, slow drink, enjoy yourself. I don't know. Unless you like pain, don't drink a lot at one time, because it's gonna get you.
I feel like it's gonna burn a hole in my tongue like warheads used to do,
or like a dragon.
This is how we do it. We just drink a bunch of this, and then we'll be able to breathe fire.
Well, to tie it into this movie, this is just one of the two chemicals, right?
Yeah, there it is.
The movie says the dragon has glands with two different chemicals.
And then they mix in the air, and that's how they make the fire.
That's right. Which is apparently based in real science. I didn't know.
I believe it.
Some kind of reptile, maybe, or frog. I don't remember. Some kind of something.
Isn't there an ant that spits fire or something?
Well, but specifically what they use when they had some kind of, they found something that makes like a spark from two different things.
Fuck yeah.
And so they were
I knew dragons were real. They told me I was crazy.
So they were like, we can expand on that. And so they did. And it's cool.
I like that explanation more than just magic.
I like the explanation, but to me, I also the whole time, and after I say this, we just have to start doing things because we're getting into the thick of it way soon. But to me, the one thing I saw as soon as they were like, there's two glands and the two chemicals mix and it can make combustible when it hits air. Why aren't they harpooning
just
where the glands
just
are?
Shoot it in the throat.
Shouldn't that make it blow up?
Yeah. No, yeah. Fuck yeah. That'd have been even cooler.
That's what I kept waiting for. I kept being like...
The soldier guys, instead of like tanks, it's just a bunch of like, like whaling harpoon guns and stuff.
Sharpshooters with whaling harpoons. That's what it would be. That's what I was expecting when you hear two glands.
Right.
And like,
shoot it through the neck and then they go... And it just,
maybe
its head explodes.
I guess maybe the glands are in like... far. It's got a long neck.
Yeah, armor.
We don't... Well, and it's a long neck. So maybe they're like 18
separate
feet apart.
There's like one at the base, one at the top.
We don't really know the anatomy ourselves.
But that's why it takes so long for it to happen. It's got to do that big deep thing. It's got to press on the one at the bottom to force it up.
Also based in science. Man, you did this, and
we
need to go further, but you did it, and I gotta give you credit. The build up shake thing that you see it do to breathe fire is based on the spitting cobras. It's how they move the venom up to spit it at you. Yeah, they gotta wiggle it up and. So, all based on real things, kinda.
I like it when we do things like that. It's like, no, we know enough science. We can come up with a reason why this magical thing works.
It's great. I'm glad you said it. But on that, we definitely need to move forward.
Yeah, we're done.
Beer's good. Let's go. Movie, good.
Movie,
we like
good.
it. But let's
show over. Bye.
Let's start with what we usually do here. So we got a writer and a director we want to talk about. We'll start with the director because the writer's going to be fast. It's one of those. Yeah. There are multiple, but you'll see. You'll see when we get there. But so the director, Rob Bowman, prolific TV director. Lots of TV.
So this is his first movie?
No, he did a couple other movies before this and a couple others after this. But really, his strong point has been
where he
TV.
Made his checks.
And I mean all over the place TV, like big, crazy, weird 80s shows. And then when he got into the 90s, he did The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Hell yeah.
Mantis, which I know you hadn't seen, but I showed you the clips.
I wanted to watch that one. That one looks cool.
Mantis
looks peak 90s.
It is, and it's very cool. It's very comic book adjacent.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. But so he did some of those. He did the X-Files and a lot of the X-Files, like 35 episodes of the X-Files. And he was a producer for more than that. And he directed the first X-Files movie. It's one of his movie credits. And the icing on top that I saved because it's just who we are. He was also a director for Star Trek.
Yay.
The Next Generation specifically. And I think it was like 13 episodes, but those 13 episodes are across seasons 1, 2, and 4.
Oh, nice.
And so he did multiple lore episodes, not for non-Trekkies. That I don't mean like deep on the lore.
Yeah, no, it's just like
there's a character.
Yeah.
His name is Lore. He did episodes with lore in it. I understand how it could sound weird.
It's spelled the same. Even.
Yeah, like I understand how it could sound weird to somebody at home not knowing.
Data's brother.
Ish. Whatever.
Kind of.
Other robot.
Yeah.
Looks like him.
Robot from another dad.
Well, from the same dad.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Soon.
Dr. Soon.
Because I'm glad you said that.
Just watch the show.
I'm glad you said that because one of the episodes that he directed, I know specifically you're going to get, is the one where he gets the emotion chip, where Soon sends out the
thing and he goes to him and he's
and both Data
old man.
and
we have like
show
3 Datas, basically.
Yes. That one is a Bowman directed.
I love it when they let Brent Spiner play a different character.
So yeah, that's one of those. He did some Q episodes. So I mean, he did some Star Trek,
iconic Star Trek, not just random bottle episode.
Yeah, not a drop in the hat. Like this guy did some of the
he didn't do the weird episode where everybody started like regressing.
I didn't.
And
look
we got
at
like
all, no,
we
I
got like
did,
Spider
because that's like season
Spider Barkley
5 or 6, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a little bit later. So yeah, I definitely know it couldn't have been that one.
I love that episode.
I didn't look at specifics in season 1, so don't start questioning like actual.
There's some bad episodes.
So
in season
don't
1.
ask me about that because I didn't look at all of them. I'm just saying I know he
surely he had nothing to do with those.
He also though on the movies has done 2 that are directly connected to things that we have done recently. One, he was the director of Airborne, which every time we talk about Jack Black, I talk to you about Airborne, and I'm like, how we should see it, and because it's set in like Cincinnati, so it's like
next door.
Filmed here, and like it's peak fucking early 90s. Seth Green's in it. Jack Black is the bad guy ish character. He directed that movie again, which, as you hear from all these TV shows, kind of out of place.
Yeah,
kind of out of place. But so again, we've just recently done several Jack Blacks. I definitely know at least one of those episodes I mentioned.
Yeah,
Airborne.
but like even the off camera on the other ones, you mentioned this one.
And so again, I was so stoked to see his name and see Airborne. I was like, shut up.
So what we're saying is just there's more Jack Black
coming soon for sure. Well, also because we get another tie-in from this guy as well. He directed Elektra, which, as you might remember from Grumpier Old Men, was written by the same guy who wrote that one. So we've just...
we're not doing that on purpose either.
The overlaps here are crazy. Yeah,
Hollywood's
the beer
Hollywood,
guided us. If anything, it's magic beer talking to us.
Hollywood's just a really small town, actually. Like, they all just know each other.
I think that's what we're discovering, really, right?
Because every time we do, it's like, well, that guy knew that guy and got his job from this guy over here who did this.
Well, speaking of how small Hollywood is, these writers are small.
Yay.
Small Hollywood. They have...
I love it when a little guy wins. Tell me about him.
We've got 3 guys. One of them is the screenplay writer. We'll save him for last because he's the one that I can actually give you some multiple movies he's connected to.
Got more accolades.
But so the writers are Greg Chabot and Kevin Paterka. Don't blame you for not knowing these because both of them have exactly 2 credits on IMDb. Neither one of them are they're not the same job. Either one. They're not both writing credits for either person.
So literally, this is their writing.
This is their writing credit.
And then they were like, what, head grip at another movie?
Not even. One worked in the editorial department for a movie, which I don't even understand what that means. Like, so there were just multiple, like they didn't
Coffee
even have...
Boy.
Yeah. Like, and so then Greg Chabot was also a voice actor for a video game in 1994. Think about that. Most video games. I was gonna say,
so that had to have been on your computer.
It was a CDI, so not a computer, but it was like a thing that plugged into. You remember in the 90s, you would see the infomercials for the like giant black thing that could hook up and you could do interactive games.
The Panasonic thing.
So a lot of companies actually licensed it. Panasonic is one of the like multiple that made it, and it was also big in hotels. Hotels licensed it. The weird Zelda games people don't talk about are CDI games.
The one where you're actually Princess Zelda.
Yeah, the original one when you were Princess Zelda. Yeah, like those weird like hand drawn like animation
from the
things.
Angry Video Game Nerd episode.
Yes.
I remember now.
Those are CDI. So like on that system. So think about the time frame. It's most people wouldn't.
Yeah, no, but those things were expensive. Like 8 people in the world had them.
So he was in a game called Mutant Rampage. Never played it, never heard of it, don't know.
Awesome.
But that's the only other credit this guy has. It's writing this movie and a random voice in Mutant Rampage.
He's Mutant 5. His voice line was literally rag.
Grr.
Grr. Arg.
I love that we both went there. But so then our last writer, though, is the one that I said, hey, he's got a couple other things you might know. And it's because he's the screenplay writer, which as we have slowly figured out what that means.
Probably took us longer than it should have, but we got there.
The worst part is that we didn't get there until the first time we saw teleplay, and we were like, oh, screenplay, screen, teleplay, television. That's probably the worst. Yeah, that's probably the worst part. That's what made us finally be like, now I know what that means that writer did.
Well, we all got to just, deal with how dumb we are in our own
way.
It
happens. Look, we're talking about it again, so we're letting the masses hear us say it a second time. So we're
totally
okay
fine
with
how stupid I am. I know.
I mean,
dumb.
We all have moments. It's okay. I'm here to make sure other people don't feel the kind like you should always just power through. It's all right. But so he is Matt Greenberg. He is a screenplay writer who has written things such as Halloween, H2O. I said Halloween this time because before recording I said H2O to Bo, and he said
the Disney movie,
and I had to be
with
like
the mermaids.
My bad. I understand I don't really understand the confusion.
Well, the other guys hadn't done shit, so I assumed he was going to be off of some weird fucking movie. Didn't know he'd have a good one in there.
Well, they're all good-ish. They're all, and most of them are in that like horror Stephen King-ish realm. So he did Halloween H2O, the 1408, like the hotel weird. Yeah, it's got
John
you see
Cusack
the key.
One in
Yeah. And he did like the new Pet Cemetery, the 2019 Pet Cemetery. So yeah, he's written screenplays, but again, like this is what I'm saying. Like I couldn't tell you what original work. He's really good at crafting other people's work for the screen.
Give me your story.
Not that I'm trying to downplay that as a job. It is definitely an important
it's probably
one.
really fucking hard taking a book and turning it into a script.
Because sometimes books aren't written in a way that makes sense. So you have to there is actually a lot of legwork to make it work.
Talk to Peter Jackson's team. That book was for years. It's like, no, you can't do
too
that.
dense.
Yeah, there's too much.
How do you make sure people are okay and not mad?
Maybe we try an animated movie. Still ended up being too dense. They could barely pulled that off.
Yep. So,
I'll
give credit.
Like the weird live action orc fucking scenes. I think they're funny.
So yeah, we'll give credit to Matt Greenberg for his screenplay skills. I'm not trying to downplay them. I'm just saying that is his job. Is that it's not necessarily the original work side of things, which means the original writers wrote this and bounced.
Thanks for the check. Deuces. Think they get any royalties on the back end?
I'm sure they have to. But the sad part here is I'm sure they bounced partially because like did you look at any of the rate? Like this movie does not rate high.
People don't like this movie. I don't understand.
Like this movie. People really don't like this movie, and I don't think it's that offensive. Especially
awesome.
For when it came out. It came out at a time where we still made movies like this, like action for the sake of action.
Yeah, just for the fuck of it.
The story wasn't important, and we didn't need to like weigh ourselves in. I don't understand
it either. I want more shit like this. Like, give me a loose ass plot, and then just go. Well, the John Wick movies are kind of that way, so maybe we're starting to make a comeback on it.
Yeah,
the further you go, the plot on those get looser and looser. The first one, I'm down. I'm like, fuck those guys. Second one, we're like, I don't know, man.
It does.
And then the third one, it's like, we're stretching it.
I'm also all in though. Like I've watched all of the movies and the TV show, and I haven't
watched Continental yet.
It's pretty good.
I heard.
So okay, back to what we're saying.
See, but action for the sake of action
is worth it. And this movie is that, and you shouldn't be that upset with it.
Don't judge it by the Rotten Tomatoes score or whatever.
Metacritic is, I think, super low.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
Now, that being said, like the IMDb score is like 6 point something, and I mean, we've definitely watched more talked about movies with lower IMDb scores, right? Like, so, I mean, I guess the internet age is starting to average out on these bad reviews.
Is it McConaughey? Did they not buy McConaughey hanging out in England being a total fucking badass?
I don't know what it is. On that, let's do our cast. But before we say McConaughey, because he is not he was top billing in this movie.
Yeah, but he was not the main character.
He's
third.
Yeah. He's not even in the first 30 minutes of this movie. I clocked it, dude. It's like 28 minutes and change
before they
even
show up.
Our top billing, rightfully so, is Christian Bale, pre-Batman.
Yep.
Still giving off that gravelly voice. Like every time he's narrating and you can't see him, I was like, is this the audition for Batman? Is this when they did it? Is this when they were like, that's the Batman voice? Because tell me it didn't sound like, it was just, it's in his reel. accent.
but it's down here.
But it sounds like Batman already.
I'm a nice British man, but I talk like this.
He's chewing it up. It's so good.
Hang on, rock in my throat. There it is.
Yeah, he is again Christian Bale, because I think we've never talked about Christian Bale.
Has he been on the show? I don't think he has. How have we not done any of his movies?
Don't know, but that's why I wanted to say a couple. So again, outside of Batman, you guys would also. He's American Psycho.
Yeah, the Huey Lewis in the news scene.
Totally gonna axe murder.
Hey man, and just starts hacking him up. It's great.
What kind of font did you use?
With the business cards.
Yeah. Mine is bone.
Oh,
when they're talking about the color, yeah.
Embossed 24 karat gold gilding. Gee. That motherfucker.
But also for the people who don't know, and you've maybe not watched the movie in long enough that you certainly have never made the connection, he is the lead in the Newsies.
Yeah. He can sing and dance.
He sings and dances and wears the handkerchief, right? He wears the red handkerchief. He's
really good at it too.
It's great. Showed off the acting skills way early on.
I don't think he wants people to know that he was in that.
That's okay. But they need to know.
Doesn't even act like he wants people to know he has a sense of humor.
He's the most
serious motherfucker.
Very athletic. You know, like, yeah, we all know he is known for doing like the machinist and stuff where he like drops the weight and like gets way into character and does all these like extreme things. But I mean, like the singing and dancing lends itself to other things. I showed you Equilibrium, the clips from that, dude. Like the dude can do some stuff.
What's the
acrobatics?
Yeah, that dude in the Olympics who did the rings, right? Back in like the 80s.
I know.
You know who I'm talking about? Well, probably not now, but like 15 years ago, he would have been great for that movie if they made it.
But yeah, so Christian Bale is definitely like, we will talk about him again, and we feel bad that we've been doing this long.
Is it wrong that this is his first movie we're doing?
I don't think so.
Or does that fit more of our theme?
I think that fits us.
Yeah.
I think that fits us, is what that is.
Fuck doing the most popular one.
Our next top billing, again, like I said, despite what the poster and advertisements might tell you.
I went and saw this in theater, man. I was expecting like McConaughey
immediately.
First thing. I didn't even know it was going to be in England. I was like,
what?
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I didn't know Christian Bale was British.
But the next one is actually Gerard Butler. He's who I would say is
Baby Butler,
closer to a second bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's the best friend.
Well, and this is pre 300.
Everything. This is when he did like timeline.
Well, I mean,
shit,
like
right?
build. Like, this is when he's still kind of like pudgy doughboy a little bit. He's got the rounded, like not fat. Like, I mean, like he's not even like dad bod like me, but he's got the rounded cheeks face and stuff. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's such a cutesy. He's Poochie Butler. He's rocking that hip adult look with the like slightly long hair. I was like, look at this guy. He's so young. He doesn't even know the world ahead of him.
He doesn't know what's gonna happen. Don't worry, man. You won't have to do shitty B movies for the History Channel anymore soon.
But yeah, I was like, man, why are we, like, his name should be up there. Like, why aren't we talking about him? And on that note, his character deserved better.
Oh yeah.
Creedy. I realized we didn't say that. Like, Quinn, that's who Bale plays.
Was.
And Creedy, that's who he plays. But yeah, Creedy could have got more screen time, and I feel like he got robbed.
He deserved to be in the final confrontation, right?
Well, he deserved to be in a lot more, like, because he was like the right hand man, so he should have been like on the radio, something. There should have been a way to get him some more screen time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he needed to be the action star, but screen
more
time,
of him.
Right? Like
and they didn't need to fucking do him like they did.
No.
I wouldn't even. He's the guy who gets the heroic death, right? Mm-hmm. Like the way they build him through the movie, he's going to get the, like, I'm going to save the kid. Blah, blah. No, he just runs through a door and turns around, like, they got me, and the door shuts.
Yep. Again, like I said, robbed. Absolutely
justice
robbed.
for Creedy
and Butler, like double robbed. Like his name should have been higher in the poster. The character should have been
higher
more
in the credits. Did you look?
Yes.
He's down below Alice Creed.
It's crazy. So now we will say, even though we've already mentioned his name 1,000 times, McConaughey. McConaughey is playing Denton Van Zan, not Van Zant.
No, there's no T.
No T on that Zan. Van Zan. Like rhymes with the middle one. And it's funny if you look it up.
Van Zan, the Van Man?
Because it's funny if you look it up, it is spaced. So it is like it's his middle. It's not like it's like one of those
like a hyphen.
Yeah, it is. It's Denton Van Zan. I understand.
What kind of last name is Zan? Where'd your family come from?
I understand how that little boy got picked on so much he turned into that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I understand it.
With the douche tribal tattoos
No,
and
that kid
the
got
cigar he never lights.
That guy got picked on and he decided to bulk up and he decided to join the Kentucky National Guard.
It's not what he says.
We'll talk about we'll save that. We will let that be our first thing when we talk about in the movie. Since we are Kentucky, it's very relevant. But just to make it known right now, National Guard. We'll go back to that.
For all of you outside of America people.
Well, and for the American people who maybe heard him say what he says.
And it's why he says it.
Now we've said it too much. We just have to talk about it. So yeah, in the movie they say the Kentucky Irregulars,
which is weird to an American,
but to the British, that's like their word for militia / state guard, National Guard,
Home Guard. I think they call it Home Guard
because they're not part of the regular army. The regular
army. I'm sorry,
they're not part of the regular army, so they are irregulars.
Because Josh gonna come kick my ass.
Yeah, he is. But so they're the irregulars, right? Like that's is what it means. And so like the people who wrote it thought it made sense.
Yeah, because they're British.
And then the audience who saw it from all sides, I think, were confused because I think even the British people, they understood the words, but they were like, I don't think that's what they say. And the Americans were like, I don't understand those words, and that's definitely not what we say.
It's all wrong, man. If anything, they got free reign. Should have just been the Kentucky Rifles, right?
Well, they should have made their own name. Like they would have, as soon as they did separate from their unit, they would have called themselves something else.
Right.
So maybe maybe they did go with the regulars, but that's the thing. The Americans would be like, why would that be what you would call? That's not
a thing here.
Well, and it doesn't make you sound like a.
It sounds like you have a hard time going to the bathroom,
right? That's what the American
Kentucky Irregulars, man. Damn, that sucks.
Just
you take some Imodium?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you right now. So yeah,
it's a fried chicken, man. Get you.
So he is the leader of the Kentucky Irregulars. We don't know who else is part of the group, because when we meet him, we also meet like 3 other groups of military people who have just like latched on to his group. And so we don't really know who the other Kentucky Irregulars are, right? Like,
just him.
Well, because all of the parachuting people are their own. They were their own battalion.
Archangels.
The 72nds. I love what she said. The 70, like she means 72, 70 seconds. And then she goes, the amount of time they're in the air. I was like, that's fucking genius. 70 seconds and 72nd, the number. I was like, man,
works.
What? It was good. It was good because the first time she said it, I didn't clock it. And then like the second time I watched it, I was like,
It's not a very long lifespan, though.
No.
For these poor guys.
Well, it's funny because she says it as a joke, and then we see most of them, indeed, basically 70 seconds, and then
they just die. They're gone. 2 out of the 3, right?
Yeah.
Was it Gibson or whatever his name is makes it?
One eaten out of the air, one
just smacks right into the earth.
On that, there's only 2 other actors that are characters also big enough to talk about. One, I will say the name of, and then Bo can take over. And he is excited because I already told him I plan to do this. That's Alexander Siddig. Go ahead, Bo.
It's Dr. Bashir from DS9. Everybody's favorite augment.
The best part about this is Bo even knew that this is the reaction that was going to happen.
I did as soon as I saw him. I was like, hey, it's him. Shane's not going to care. He doesn't like DS9 for some reason. It's the best.
If it makes you feel good, though, I did see him and immediately said, oh, DS9.
Oh, hey, it's that show I don't like.
I did recognize him, if it makes you feel better.
It does. Makes me feel a lot better.
Now, that being said...
I like that he just shows up in a shit ton of stuff.
Well, he's in the movie Vertical Limit. He's also in...
He's in Kingdom of Heaven.
That's what I was just about to say. I almost said Troy. I was like, not Troy, the other historical one, roughly the same, not time frame but time. They came out. It was
only a couple of years after DS9 ended, in like what 99.
Yeah, so he's been in a few things. He's been in some big projects, including this one. Let's not downplay this. These are the other names here are big.
Another one who got a shitty death in this fucking movie. That pissed me off. He's the radio guy, right? And he's just kind of sitting there. He's just sitting there and he just looks out the window and then fire. And I was like, oh, really? This is how Doc Bashir goes out? Fuck that.
The last of the big actors that I really want to mention that has a character that's also big is Isabella Scorupco? I don't know.
As good as mine, man.
But she plays Alex,
the chopper pilot.
Which is weird because we get told she's an American and her accent was not that. Right? He says she's an American.
She's US Cav, right?
Couldn't we just said she came from wherever she came from since we already had a ragtag group of people?
Yeah, we picked her up when we got to England in our shitty plane that we built back in America.
And this isn't me trying to be like they shouldn't be in the military. I'm just saying, like, with an accent as thick as hers, wouldn't it have just been easier to
make her like not have to try?
We picked her up along the way.
It explains where it would be a better explanation of where all their equipment fucking came from.
Well, the fact that they have such a hodgepodge.
Yeah.
It would... I don't know.
British tank. You tell me you brought that from Kentucky?
I just feel like there are more mental gymnastics for us to understand how she as a character ended up in the U.S. military than believing she was in the military from whatever country she's from.
She came over to go to college, and then the dragon thing happened, so she volunteered.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
we got a whole nother movie we need to make. I want a prequel to this. I want to know where like Van Zandt and all his dudes came from.
Well, and so again, like how they picked her up. Because again, like it's like all of how they got to... First dragon kill that we hear him talk about all the way to showing up on their door. Right. Yeah. So that way we see him pick up this whole ragtag group of people.
Yeah, they crash land the C-47 or what in England, right?
Yes.
And then they have to like fight their way and take over the rogue Marines they were talking about the shit. And then that's where they got the tank and all their other equipment.
That has to be.
Right? That'd be badass.
All right, before we get full into the movie, there's one last person I want to mention. The character, I told you, what was it? Gooch, because it wasn't Gooch, because we both would have definitely said something about Gooch. Made me laugh. We would have looked for that guy on screen when we heard Gooch. So I don't remember which character Gooch is. He might have been one of the jumpers. He might, you know what I mean? Like, the guy, though, is worth mentioning. His name is Doug Cockle. Again, probably we would have...
That's not why he's worth mentioning.
No.
Funny as that is.
Definitely means it wasn't Gooch. It's got to be Gooch because if Doug Cockle played Gooch, we would 100% have remembered that. But so Doug Cockle, for the people who don't know at home, is a huge voice actor for video games, and I don't mean like the writer,
not the other guy,
not like he was in an obscure video game nobody's heard of. I mean, this guy is Geralt, however you pronounce it,
Gerald
from The Witcher.
Good old Jerry.
Yeah. And he's been in tons of other ones. But again, like, I mean, do we even need to say? Like, because, I mean, when I say he did it, I mean everyone. So he did the first one, the second one, the third one, the DLCs, the one where it's just the game. Gwent, he even did that. You know how many times they just pass on an imitator to do one of those spin-off games like that? No, he even voiced his lines for the one that's just the card game.
Damn.
He was all in on this character.
Like how Tom Hanks will give
his
Woody,
brother
the Woody shit toys for video games. Yeah.
That's exactly the reference point I was thinking about.
That's what I would do. Dakota, I don't want to do this one. You have at it.
I don't think he could do you.
Yeah, he could.
I'd have to hear the evidence. You get him. You bring me some samples. We'll see. I've got other foot. I've got test stock. I can test it
right. You
against.
could just put the wavelengths up next to each other.
We will do this scientifically, sir. All right. On that though, we are through everybody, because anybody else that's in this movie that you know, that's great that you know them. I don't. Leave it in the comments. Tell us who they are. We'll go back and we'll try to find them.
Queen.
What?
Board Queen.
Oh, that's right. You did recognize one other person. Go ahead.
Alice Krieg's in it. She's in the very beginning of the movie.
It's so little.
I know. I missed her because I saw her name in the credits and I was like, oh.
Wait.
And I watched the whole movie and I was like, where the fuck was she at? Watched it again. Oh, there she is. She's in like the first
she's
3
covered in
minutes
soot
and a hat, and you can't. There's one shot where you get a good look at her face. She's looking up at the top of the shaft or whatever, and they got a good shot. And I was like, oh, there you are.
Like Hook. There
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah,
Peter.
there you are. Peter.
you had that moment. You were like, there.
You're playing with us, Peter.
Oh man. But yeah, she is definitely. That opening scene happens so like it goes from normal to insanity so quick.
Yeah.
With so much you're trying to process that. Yeah, it is easy to miss her as the mom.
We mentioned Bashir, and we're not going to mention the Borg.
Well, and we mentioned the director's ties to Star Trek.
Right? Have to.
Maybe that's why some
I
of
think
these
she's
people
dead
are here.
now, so rest in peace.
Okay, now we can get into just talking about the movie. Again, like we started, this is fun, guys. I don't care what you want to tell me. It's fun.
It's fucking dragons.
It's wish fulfillment. Because how many times are you like dragons and I want machine guns to fight a dragon?
Yeah.
I want to see
a bunch of dudes jump out of a helicopter with grappling nets and fucking like jetpacks.
I do appreciate that for so much of it. They were like, let's try to make this grounded,
Yes.
like real.
Yeah.
But then they were like weird, crazy kamikaze suits and like.
Where'd they get these fucking net guns?
Yeah,
that's
like,
not standard military equipment.
The 3D.
Oh yeah, the triangulation staff.
Because
things.
even though it's set in 2020, which I don't know if we have said, but if we haven't, 2020.
Yeah, we all remember the dragon.
The
epidemic.
dragon, but that even happened way before. He was a child when the first dragon came out. Well, maybe not the 90s. If it's 2020, Bale's what, 30?
Yeah.
So 20 years before, like 2000. Like maybe the year the movie came out is roughly the year the dragons came out.
Yeah.
Is what I'm telling you.
That makes sense.
And so like it is just, where did that come from? The 3D extrapolator. Like not just like that tech doesn't exist, but like how did they still have it 18 years into the dragon invasion? How did they still have screens for it to connect to? What's powering these things? What did you say about the helicopter? Where's that fuel?
right? Where the fuck are they? Where did this helicopter even come from? The radar on this thing literally projects like a 3D image of the dragon when it comes up on them.
This is what I'm saying. This is what the movie is a lot of fun.
Yeah, don't think about it too
much.
much.
You can't think about it. It is one of it is
if you're doing like we are, you're like, yeah, it's kind of stupid. It's awesome.
But is the 90s, 2000, like early 2000 just romp? You know what I mean? Like it's just like have
summer action movie. Go watch.
There's nothing else going on.
Hey ladies, it's Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey. You like those guys? Go watch them fight a dragon. Go with your boyfriend. They're gonna love all the booms and explosions.
So one thing that I wanted to not do while we were doing the characters, because I want to try to get better about getting through the cast, is I did want to tell you one thing about McConaughey in this. Apparently he went full method, and I don't know if that's how he normally acts, but I've never heard that he goes full method. Yeah, but apparently for this one,
he went hard.
Well,
I am grizzled soldier dragon hunter man.
Yeah, apparently Alexander Siddig Bashir,
Dr. Bashir,
went on record in an interview in like 2016. So you're like, way done so many projects since this.
It's amazing he remembered.
So well, that's just it. That's exactly the question to him was like, what do you remember about working on that set? And he was like, what I remember about working on that set is the first day. He was like, we were there and we were in makeup, and they like the first AD came in and apparently told them, the producers said that McConaughey has requested that no one calls him Matthew or Mr. McConaughey or refers to his real life in any way, that they should only refer to him as Van Zandt, and not even just like on set, like anywhere. If they see him on the street in Dublin where they were filming,
I'd have to fuck with him. If I saw him out just like at like Starbucks or something, maybe like, Van Zandt, the fuck are you doing here? We got dragons to hunt.
well, so Siddig was a smarmy British man, like you would expect.
Yeah, like you would expect.
He was like, okay, well then tell him he has to call me Elvis. And then his only other response for the interview was, he didn't.
I bet not. I bet that AD was like, I'm not fucking telling him that. Shut up, Star Trek.
Or even if he did that, there's no way McConaughey was going
Like,
to do
I'm
it.
not
McConaughey
gonna do
heard that and was like,
I don't know.
fuck that.
He's kind of nerdy. Maybe he liked Star Trek.
Maybe he didn't know.
He
Maybe
looked
he
at
didn't
him,
recognize him yet.
He looked at me and was like, I'm not calling you Elvis, but I'll call you Julian.
Yeah, but you know that there's no way he wanted that.
It's like, no, you're not doing that. Like, what? Those are the terms.
He preferred Bashir over Julian. Come on now.
Nope, it's Julian. You're going to have the sissiest name out in Dragon Country.
But yeah, so maybe that's why we didn't get more of McConaughey doing this type of action movie, because maybe
he was
like
way too into it.
Like that's the only way he could get himself to be the character, was to be like that.
So,
like he can do the comedies like easy, but to get into this type of character.
So in the submarine movie, was he like, I am submarine captain guy?
No, because that's not really, that's like thriller action, right? Like that's not necessarily like this, where it's like literally like physical, like he's throwing punches and shit sometimes.
Diving off of towers with his battle axe.
I love that that's the
most badass.
It's and it's also
4
the
seconds.
silliest.
Yes.
Though, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, if you talk about, like, people are going to see that we're doing this, and that's the thing that and I'll tell you, most of the movie's not that hokey.
No, it's actually really grounded and kind of serious. And And if you ignore...
his character is even outside of that scene, a very grounded and real,
and
the
tactical.
emotion. Well, and the emotion, like when he comes back and they're celebrating the takedown of the dragon, and he comes in and he's got the tears in his eyes.
3 of my men died to their one dragon. Oh yeah, it's real good. Maybe we can beat him in about 360 years.
But I don't want that.
You people disgust me.
Yeah, dude.
We bury our dead in the morning.
That.
But I like this McConaughey. He was so badass.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying, though? He gives these speeches where
he's really intense.
There's emotion.
Yeah.
There's real emotion to that guy. Despite the fact that he is also the dude that everybody remembers is leaping through the air with a battle axe in a movie where guns exist, but there are dragons. He somehow still chose...
He knew he was fucked and
Dwarven
was going out
battle axe.
Yes, it was so good. Because it's like the most, like, top 10 most badass deaths in movies, right? Because you want it. You want him to land the shot so bad. They do the shot of him flying, and then you get the undershot where, like, the chick is, and she's looking up and see him flying through the air, and then shoop, and he's gone.
It's cliffhanger, but with a dragon.
Yes.
Instead of a cliff, right? Like, it's literally like...
Yeah, it's like the same shot.
It's Stallone flying
with the hooks.
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't do the lip, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. But so the movie is good. There are hokey spots. Give it credit, though. It's action for action's sake. It is fun.
I'm even gonna applaud the CGI for 2002. The dragon looks great.
Anything other than super close-ups.
Oh yeah, there's one shot where it looks like it's kind of there's like the dragon has like a derpy look on its face.
It's a little
like
video game.
It's like
right where you're like, But everything far away, where you see like the weird way it flaps its
looks
wings
good.
and shit. It's like this weird. It's got this weird like cloth flapping in the wind effect when it's flying, that I was like, man, I don't know, it's more menacing than if it was flying like a bat or a bird where it's full like
it's even having a hard time keeping itself in the air.
It's like somehow it's like it's circling its wings to like funnel the wind or something. Like, I don't know, they are weirder looking than what you expect most dragon
Those
flights
goddamn
to be.
turbine-driven dragons.
Or something. Well,
propeller style.
I wouldn't put it past these dragons to have just been smart enough to figure it out. Because again, these are not your medieval, like, it's a creature. Like, these are things that methodically think.
A race of dragons.
Well, not even that. I mean, like, they think. They, like, how many things did you see in the movie where, like, again, like, the people were like, they weren't here to kill us. They wanted to burn that down because they knew what that would do to the field.
They burned down the cornfield because they knew it would fuck us over.
There's a level of intellect.
It would force us to leave the castle to look for food, which means they could pick us off.
Right? No,
the dragons are smart.
These guys, it's got everything but the Jurassic Park moment of someone being like, it's like they're smart. You know what I mean? Like,
it almost has a Jurassic Park moment where McConaughey's, it's got the camera, it's almost the same shot, and he turns his head, and you just want him to go, clever girl, and then start shooting at the dragon.
I'm telling you, there are so many fun little things that are in this movie like that, where you're just like, I feel these vibes that they're giving off.
How does
these
this movie
dragons
have such a bad rating?
I don't know. Maybe I know. I don't know.
People just take movies too serious. They don't just sit down and smoke a bowl and enjoy them.
Well, I mean, so the movie it has a lot of these things like that, though. So one of the things I read is that originally the intent, like, so the writers didn't really know what they were going to do, and they kind of changed stuff on the fly.
Just winging it.
Well, and I don't know if that means they did or if the director, because, you know, sometimes it's one of those things where, like, when you're on set, they just have to change things. So I don't know whose plan it was to change it, but so apparently originally it was going to be flipped of how the movie does it. We were going to have one queen, which again is what most of our heads would expect.
Yeah, like an ant colony or bees.
Or
the Borg.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know of any example in the real world where it is a male dominated at the top species. Like, yeah, we hire, you know, but I mean, like, literally as in the way they are, like, biologically speaking.
I have no idea.
No, right? That's what I mean. Like, off the top of my head,
females that are in charge.
And so that was their intention. But then they envisioned that moment, that scene where, you know, you see him pull the embryo
out of the dead
egg,
dragon.
out of the
he's
dragon.
Just like, Van Zandt was right.
And so, like, that's the moment they envisioned and then recorded that, and they were like, oh fuck, but if that's the female can't be the queen.
So if we kill it won't matter if we kill the big one, will it?
So then we need to make the big one
another
a guy.
Queen will just rise.
Right, yeah. So they were like, we need to make the big one, it's got to be the guy. And so they just changed it.
Of hundreds of thousands of dragons that exist, just the one male? Not one other?
But to me, though, I felt like that made sense. Because so, like,
makes more sense than the queen one. Well,
because here's the thing, like, they even tried to tell us in the movie to try to help explain the queen, like the male even better, but they fucked it up at the same time because they're like fish. They lay a lot of these.
Yeah, a lot of eggs.
Lay a lot of eggs.
The male will come around and jerk off on
or
them.
Whatever. But then we actually see that the one was carrying an egg with an embryo in it, which means they're not laying
eggs.
Tons
That's
of eggs.
That's a good point.
So it means that the only way that they envisioned dragons doing this was that there was 1 or 2 eggs per dragon being carried, fertilized, which means that
he's just flying around banging 24/7.
Well, also it means that if we had flipped it the other way around, the queen never could have been producing it in the manner that they told us they were, you know, like in the beginning when he's narrating the dark times between the opening and when he was an adult, he says we would kill 1 to 10 and hundreds would replace them.
They spread like locusts. That's more Jason Statham.
But so for that to be how this works, if the queen was one queen and they also believed that she would have 1 egg for the scene that they wanted to record, they couldn't have been.
No. Makes way more sense.
10,000 males weren't making her have more babies faster. But if it's 1 guy, now that does though lead to the problem that I mentioned to you, right? If it's 1 guy and these girls have eggs, but he's somehow so mass inseminating all these females across the globe.
Maybe that's why it's always so misty in this movie. Just comes out in a fog.
Something has to happen because I don't really understand. Because they also say this one hides back in London.
Yeah.
Not that
all the females have to migrate to London to get banged, and then they fuck back off to lay the eggs somewhere.
I don't know. They should never have started telling us the biology for us to have a trap of figuring out the next step, right? Like if we just never would have had the scene they loved so much that made them change the script of looking at this embryonic egg, all of this wouldn't be worth talking about. Again, it's not worth talking about anyway.
We could have done that at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. We could have had a little kid, Quinn, when he goes in the cave, find the embryonic egg, and then the dragon attacks because you fucked with the egg.
Well, and even that would have worked better because that means that it was a laid egg.
Yeah.
This is saying, like, they showed it like they pulled it out of him. Her.
Whatever. It. Thing. Bloody creature.
But yeah, I agree. Like
winged demon.
They should have just avoided showing us that altogether, despite them apparently loving that scene, that like idea of pulling the egg.
It's not even the best shot in the movie.
Not by a long
Though I will give
shot.
him points on the dragon, like the actual dragon corpse that's there. Did a really good job on that. Looked real. Other than that, best shot in the movie. Oh, when he's riding the horse up over the crest of the hill and we're looking through the harpoon, right? And then he shoots it.
Oh, you mean the scene where I told you proved that they never should have even been doing the helicopter shit in the first place?
Yeah.
It was funny. I said that to you and you were still even like, no, yet, but they still needed to do it. And I was like, did they?
No, not really.
Like literally that scene.
A horse and a big spear. We got this.
At no point did 3 people need to die that day.
It was all that first guy's fault. If he would have got his stick in the ground for the triangulation, the chopper would have got its cool 3D map, Star Trek digital projection of where the dragon was going to be, and they would have avoided it.
Well, my point to you is even just like Van Zandt himself said, dude, those odds aren't great. That's 300 years. The man said it himself. Is he trying to tell us that every time they've ever done this before, they've never had a casualty? No. I don't believe they've gone from Kansas across all of the U.S.
No way, because
across an ocean.
What was it? They killed like 200 of them or something, they said.
So he's lost. Like, it's not fathomable. And again, the way they were all okay. Like, this team wasn't like.
Yeah.
They weren't heartbroken. They were all kind of like matter of fact.
Yep.
Which means 3 casualties in a day has happened before.
Right. That poor, the Gibson guy, he's the only one that makes it. He's like, damn, every time, I just lose all of my guys.
How many people did he have when he started? How many people are left? There's a reason he keeps pulling in new people from other pieces of military. It's because he just needs to fill
lies
in
to that
holes.
one kid. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll teach you how to fall out of a helicopter, kid.
The one he gave the apple to?
Yeah.
You know, that scene was literally supposed to, and again, I had to read it to understand that there was supposed to be context to that scene. So, in case you didn't know, Granny Smith apples are mainly only grown here. So the fact that he threw him the Granny Smith apple was supposed to be further proof that they had recently come from the United States.
I missed that because I'm just like, yeah, it's an apple.
Also, apparently, Granny Smith's some of the on record most long shelf life fruits.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that in America it would become one of the dominant produce items because it has a long shelf life.
Yeah, makes sense. You can store it for a really long time.
For a movie that missed some of the big,
that is super small
big
of a
plot
detail,
points,
right?
They really paid attention to some of the small ones, right?
It's got to be a Granny Smith apple.
If not, it
doesn't make any sense.
It falls apart,
right? Well, they don't grow any other apples in America. It's just the Granny Smith.
Well, it also implies that they don't grow any Granny Smith. And again, just because it's not the prevalent apple doesn't mean it's not
Sure,
grown at all.
I'm sure it grows
United
just
Kingdom.
fine in England if you plant a Granny Smith tree.
So again, it's one of those things where it's like that scene. I understand that that's what they wanted it to mean, but the reason why none of us thought is because none of us
He was super into that. He's like, yeah.
None of us have a belief that when you see a certain type of apple, that someone in another part of the world's instantly like, holy shit,
that apple's green. I've never. Wait, no, don't eat the green ones. They're poison. It's not ripe yet.
That's not good for you.
It's not good for you. The cyanide hasn't come out of it yet.
Yeah, this this movie is great. It shows a lot of cool shit. It's people being resourceful, right? Dude,
Yeah.
like these people.
Oh, the whole first 45 minutes of this movie with them in the
digging the cave system with their own water
emergency, it's just going to douse the entire castle all at once. There's it was 5,000 liters in 30 seconds. Just the guy
who used to work steam furnaces helping him build it. I know.
You trying to tell me I don't know how fire works? I built blast furnaces. I built them for 30 years. Yo, easy. I get it.
I forgot.
I'm so sorry.
My bad. Yeah, exactly. They're so ingenious. They're so again.
Their little farm setup was even really nice.
Again, to me, I feel like too much of the action kept maybe some of the sci-fi nerds like me and you from seeing this.
Yeah.
And I feel like they would have appreciated the subtle, because sci-fi likes to really focus in on the humanity side of a struggle like this.
Oh, yeah.
And they do that. So the humanity side of the struggle.
The uniforms for the kids, they're all in the blue smocks and stuff so they can feel like a unified form of community.
Telling the kids the stories.
Oh, yeah, the Star Wars. And the prayer of how to deal with dragons is we look up. We always look at the sky and we dig deep.
Humanity will survive.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like more sci-fi people would have appreciated this
that
movie.
Part, yeah.
Well, and all together.
We could have cut McConaughey out of it entirely and made this a full sci-fi movie of just surviving the dragons.
Yeah.
And then they have it's always a scientist. They find a rogue scientist. I know how to get rid of the dragons.
Well, the funny part is they even alluded to that. Remember? Quinn says when they start talking about how it
had a chemical
fire,
engineer.
they thought they were going to blow his mind, and he just goes, "Oh, I already met a guy." He said that. That was 5 years back. That's what
he's
he
dead
told.
now.
They set it up. So again, maybe we need 2 prequels. We need the Van Zandt prequel.
We need the chemical engineer guys.
We need
failed plan
when he met them.
Yeah,
and their colony there. Dude, I'm telling you,
we got 2 whole movies out of this.
But so the beauty to me, especially with the humanity side, is and again, in true sci-fi, despite that this is not how this movie got represented, it's either action or you maybe get modern fantasy people wanting to.
It'll get thrown in with Game of Thrones and stuff on lists.
But again, the structure of it to me feels like the structure of a sci-fi movie because it even ends on a note of they finally took down what we assume. And we're told in movie is the only male. I still feel like that's maybe optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe there weren't many. To say that's the only
all the dragons in England might die off, but I feel like the rest of the world might.
There's got to be one other.
Yeah, right.
It seems like
it's not a good species basis.
But so again, that's the thing. The movie doesn't end on we've succeeded, right? The movie ends on we've brought back hope.
Yeah.
That we can succeed. And to me, that's a sci-fi ending. A sci-fi ending is...
Yeah, because they make contact with the French and...
Yeah.
They're like, it's been 3 months since we've seen a dragon. I guess maybe Van Zandt was right,
And so again, that's what I'm saying. I love that that's how it ends. It doesn't end with a concrete, there are no more.
Yeah, there's no Ewok celebration at the end of the movie.
This ends with a real, true, old school sci-fi,
humanity will
Humanity has put itself in a position to once again come forth and survive.
Yeah.
The struggle has been hard and long, and they've made it through, and they have persevered.
The Logan's Run ending. So the outside world is fine. We can leave the bubble.
It's kind of like that, though,
right?
Really.
The dragons were the bubble. Now we can expand out past our little Because that where they were building that tower was nowhere near the castle. Like,
Well, no,
dude,
he says-
dude had to ride that horse a while to get to them.
Well, and they specifically said already too, like they were way away from any kind of like, they're not even by the rubble of what was civilization, because that brought because again, these were smart dragons. You had to be away from where civilization was originally is where they attacked first, because these things were smart.
That's where all the food is.
They were cutting the bottlenecks.
Yeah.
They're smart.
They're super smart.
Smarter than I feel like
smarter
the movie,
than most dragons.
I feel like the movie didn't give credit to the intellect level that they imply in the dragons doing some of the things.
The only dragon smarter is the Sean Connery dragon from.
But it speaks, so you expect.
Yeah, you expect that.
You expect it to do that. But yeah, this one is 100% like these dragons have an intellect level that they don't really talk about. They just imply.
If you're not a nerd and watch it 5 times.
And understand the strategy of what it's doing sometimes, or the small like throwaway lines, like you said, like they even make the statement like he did that because he
didn't care about us. He just wanted that farm to ash.
And they said it like, again, not necessarily that they believed it. They said it just kind of like, oh yeah, but it was true. That is definitely what just happened. That dragon came to do one thing only, did it, and left.
Yep. And it got a snack. It got that one. Well,
and I would even venture to tell you the dragons were smart enough to know the 3-prong thing. That's why they took out the one guy. It wasn't by chance. They knew already, and they were coming to
go take out that thing.
I'm telling you,
because they talk to each other
or something. Whales? Is it like whales? Yeah. It's just so high up in the air that the sound wave doesn't hit us.
Telepathy. We're going full sci-fi, man. You got to get like the mind meld on to fucking figure out what the dragon's saying.
All right, on that though, I think we are good.
I think we are too.
We've talked about the end. We've talked about the movie. It's fun. Check it out. May not be your cup of tea, obviously, by the scores that we see it get on the internet.
Get it? It's so fun.
I certainly don't think it's so bad you shouldn't watch it.
No,
but there are a few problems before we get there. We'll talk about that before we wrap everything up, because we got to do the thing.
Yep.
Bo, what's the thing?
Why didn't McConaughey do more shit like this? I want Action Matt. Big Beast doing all the fucking running, gunning stuff. He was so cool in this movie.
He was indeed one boss fucking dude.
Why didn't he do more?
He kind of put the challenge on Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Because Christian Bale came in trying to do this movie. I saw he was going to come in very kind of not emaciated, but skinny. Because he was like, it's the apocalypse. We're living on a farmland out there.
Nobody's getting a lot of food. Where am I getting all this protein?
Well, because they're not killing dragons yet. They're not eating lizard meat.
That explains McConaughey. That's how he got Beast.
Killed 200, dude. They got a stockpile of meat somewhere in that caravan.
It's a little stringy, but
right. They've cracked the.
That's why
code.
they said it. That's why they said they were like fish. They ate one. It was like, well, this tastes like fish.
But so he was gonna do it like that. He hadn't fully committed yet, but he had started the process to be in like a more slender look, right? And then he saw McConaughey. And what McConaughey was coming in built like.
Fuck that. Give me the steak.
Well, he wasn't even necessarily like immediately. He didn't go to that, but he stopped and he started thinking about the script and like where all it went. And he's like, we do have one fight. And it's not even, again, it's a dope fight.
Yeah, it is.
But it's still not.
I want it to be actually them, and I want them to have like just talked to each other, been like, look, we're gonna lay this shit in. We're gonna beat the crap out of each other. Because some of those shots are stiff.
Dude, so my thing about the fight is just that it is really quick, because it is not supposed to, it's not important. It's not it's not an epic battle. It's literally just like they're butting heads.
I told you no. Yeah. Fuck you, I'm drafting your guys.
But so the thing is though that Bale was like, if I'm gonna commit to this, though, like I need to at least be believable to survive a scrap.
Yeah, right.
With the dude
I can't go in there at 160 pounds.
I will give you though, we don't see McConaughey like this most of like again,
right? I don't think he's ever been this big since.
I couldn't off the top of my head.
Usually he's in good shape, but he's not fucking just jacked this
is a crazy built.
I hate his tattoos.
McConaughey.
My only complaint. I hate the stupid tribal tattoos.
Even in 2002, they were a bad tattoo.
It was like, man, come on.
And to believe that 18 years into the apocalypse, that a man got those. Because again, he didn't get those in 2002.
No.
He would have still been young in 2002. So he got them sometime after the apocalypse started and was still like,
they're totally
these are
barracks
I guess,
fucking tattoos,
I
right?
guess if you lose half of society, some of us would be the ones, some of us that are like, that's a dumb tattoo, are lost.
Yeah, we're dead.
We weren't there to tell
all the
this
nerds got killed, so we're not going to sit there and be like, your tattoo's stupid.
We weren't there to tell this guy, that's dumb, don't do
that's
that.
frat boy, dude. Don't do that.
All right. I agree, though.
Shane, what's yours? What's your the thing?
The thing is the color mapping, the color toning. Is this the first movie that did the nasty blue filter?
Everything is blue.
It's blue and muddy. It's not just blue. It's like, and you know what I mean? It's like smudgy.
We're gonna rub some Vaseline on the screen. We're gonna run a blue filter through it.
And to make it worse,
everything's kind of fuzzy.
Well, and to make it worse, it's only when they're outside.
Yes, it's only when they're outside.
If they are inside, this is only. I watched a 1080 cut of the movie, but you could have told me it was 4K, and I would have believed you.
I watched a shitty ripped internet fucking cut, and it was still that way. Inside, it was way easier to see.
You look at it, and you're just like, the definition.
I'm like, it's daytime. Why am I having a hard time seeing?
It's crazy, right? It's not just me. Now,
the blue fucking color bullshit sucks.
Now, on that, it does go back to what I started with. I've loved this. This is like a full circle. I don't do a full circle too often, but I made the joke about how when I first started watching, it was kind of like Fallout meets Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Having that blue smudgy filter made me feel Fallout 3 all over again. Every time they were outside, I was like, this is Fallout. It's literally even looks like
I mean, especially with all the fucking slapped together fucking tech, right?
Armor built, computers that shouldn't work,
but
still do work, using black and green screens.
Yes, I saw that.
It is indeed. That's it. We're on record.
And like World War II technology thrown in there. They had like the crank fucking radios.
That's it. It's canon.
Nice.
It's canon.
This
now.
happened. This is a
This
Fallout
game is
world.
officially Fallout meets Elder Scrolls. That's it.
Now Bethesda, get fucking on it.
All right, guys. We've had a lot of fun. This, again, go watch it.
Yeah,
it's good enough to at least
ignore critics. Go watch this movie.
If
it's
you've
great.
never seen it and you've only seen the score, definitely give it a chance.
Yeah, go. It's so much fun.
The beer. Look, guys.
Fuck, man, that's a tang.
Guys,
it is sour.
And Bo and I have, like, as much as people who have followed us know that IPAs were never our favorite and we've grown to like them more, they were also not something we ever just straight up were like, I don't enjoy. They were just more the thing that was like, it's not my preference, right? Sours have been that thing the whole time. Me and Bo were like, that's not my thing. That's not my jam.
No.
And this one, I love you guys. The flavor is great. But then the sour hits you, and it is a lot.
I swear,
it is a lot.
I swear, a tablespoon of sugar, man. Just cut that sour down a little bit. It'd be.
And if you love a sour, you're gonna love this. Like, that's the thing I'll say. Like, but me, yeah. If anybody who's watching the video right now will have seen the face Bo just made, and that's exactly the thought I was just about to say.
The color is so pretty, though. Look at that pink.
It is so thick. Though
it
so
is
opaque,
no,
right? You can't see through this at all.
You're not getting drunk on this. You will get sick before you do. This is a drink one or two.
Enjoy yourself. Don't
do it slowly.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Goddamn. But Fandango, Dragon Fandango.
Good.
From Toppling Giants Brewing Company.
As much as it's not our cup of tea.
Go try it.
I'm not going to say
it's worth trying. Go give it a shot.
It's not bad.
It's an experience.
It's just not the things that I look for in a beverage, right? Like, I want to be very specific. On that,
we'll recommend, won't be trying again, though.
Yes, exactly. There you go. On that, though, Bo, what are we drinking next week?
Next week, man, we're going to go like Mad Tree Sky Gazer Citrus Wheat.
I'm excited because we are going to be doing October Sky.
I like that movie. I used a clip from this movie in one of our episodes on me and Chuck's show. It's the missile episode.
For anybody who was in school around the time that movie came out, I know you watched it. I know you've seen it. And on the one-off, it's actually a really it's a really good science movie.
It's a great movie.
There are a lot of movies that a teacher might show for a science class that are so boring as hell.
Yeah.
Before we're done, though, Bo, anything you want to tell them?
I want everybody to like I want you to subscribe. I want you to comment. Tell me I suck. Tell me I'm good. I don't really give a shit. Just do something. Make the algorithm pay attention to me. I need attention. I am an attention whore. That is why I do this. Also, speaking to that, go check out my other channel where you can give me even more attention. Kentucky Fried Chronology for all your history needs. Did you like that?
That was good.
So,
all right.
I'm done.
Look out for that.
Go hunt some dragons.
Yeah, look out for that dragon.
Ah!
Grr.
Grr. Arg.